Welcome back to another episode of the All NBA Podcast. As you can see, we have the video set up. We are live. We're not live, actually. This is a pre-recording, but we got video for you guys. Now, I want you guys to enjoy the episode, but we want you to leave a comment, any NBA Finals related NBA question in the comment section below, and we will answer it in the next episode. We want to get you guys involved with the All NBA Podcast with Durant and Ray Izul. On this episode, we break down game one, man. What a fantastic game one, right? No. Warriors fan alert over here. Not enjoying game one. We have a lot on the line. We bet that the series would go, I bet the series would go at least 6. He bet it would go only 5 or less. I bet 6 or more. Whoever wins gets a meal from Texas Roadhouse on the loser. I've never been to Texas Roadhouse. So hopefully the series goes long, especially if you're a Raptors fan. But we break down game one. We talk about the crazy Siakam game. It's officially the Siakam game, right?
Definitely.
And man, he's the captain now. For sure. And we also break down what the Warriors need to do for game 2. And also
prophecy is true.
Prophecy boys predict who's going to win game 2. So let us know who you think is going to win game 2 in the comment section below. But other than that, guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy the latest episode of the All NBA Podcast. One more game, baby.
Leave me alone.
One more game, baby. One more game, and I'll be eating some delicious, succulent Texas Roadhouse, which I have never had before.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. One more game, baby. Yeah. You were wavering on a sweep or a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah.
Our boy Brian, he agreed with you.
He should have.
I feel like this finals, more than any other finals, it was like people saw a sweep, people saw the Raptors winning, people saw a long series. Like, it was all over the place. I mean,
it was. I
think last year people were like, Warriors.
No, that was definitely a sweep.
You know what I mean? Sweep. And even the year before, it was like, Warriors are going to win 5.
Yeah.
But this one, people were all over the place and they felt strongly about that opinion. I thought 6. I mean, you know me. I thought the Raptors were the best team in the Eastern Conference despite being the 2nd seed. I've been on this Raptors.
Me too. Let's go Bucks.
So part of me was, just wanting them to make the finals because I wanted to look right.
Prophecy is true.
Oh, whoops. I messed it up. I meant to do
prophecy is true.
The prophecy is true. Prophecy boys. I wanted to be a prophecy boy. But I also, just thought the Raptors was a great story as well. So I kind of latched onto that, and how about that crowd last night?
The crowd was dope. I actually spoke to Brian this morning about it, and I was letting him know that he jinxed me. No, that crowd reminded me of Oracle.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, the thing about that crowd is it's a good crowd, but this is the first time they're seeing this happen.
Yeah.
So it that just intensifies, the crowd.
It did. It was definitely a great crowd. However, I would say I don't think it bothered the Warriors at all.
No, I don't think it bothered the Warriors, but
it amped up. Yeah,
it amped the Raptors up.
It was dope to listen to. The crowd was super dope. It was like, ooh,
yeah,
yay!
I mean, it was great. There's stories about when the Raptors first started playing in the NBA in '95 or whatever, that they gave the crowd those thunder sticks. If you don't know what the thunder sticks are, they're those like plastic things that people bang.
The annoying things.
Yeah,
that
when they're
bang
making a free throw or whatever.
I hate those things.
And the Raptors fans didn't know what that was for, so they just did it the whole game, even when their team was shooting. And they had to tell people, like, no, only when the other team's shooting do you have to do that.
They're like,
So it's great to see, how the fandom has evolved there in that city. And it's a great story. I mean, Jurassic Park, people were lining up at 7 a.m.
Ridiculous. Don't nobody work no more.
Would you ever do that?
No.
7 a.m. is too early for me.
I would probably say I'll get there at 7 a.m. and then I'll probably get there at 11.
See, I've camped out for shoes, but
you look like a camper.
But I only did it once and I didn't like it. I never did it again. So yeah, I don't think I would do it. However, if the Lakers never won a championship and it was like, I've never seen a championship and we finally made it, I might be speaking differently.
True that.
By the way, Lakers 16 championships, boys.
Ooh, balling.
But let's dive right into game one. I mean, I think this was a very entertaining game one.
It was all right.
I want to start by talking about how this was kind of like a perfect storm for the Raptors. I mean, in all the right ways. Because we talked about the crowd and how it didn't necessarily bother the Warriors, which I agree with you on that, but it amped up the Raptors.
Yeah.
And, you know, Siakam, he just had the game of his life.
Yes. I immediately thought of your line of like they had his family held hostage. And it looked like he was definitely playing for him. I was like, man, like did he hear the podcast or something?
Yeah, if you haven't heard me say it before, I've always felt like Siakam, he plays with such intensity, it almost looks like someone kidnapped his family before the game. And they're like, if you don't win this game, you know, your family's dead. Yeah, definitely played like that last night. He was just hitting like crazy shots, well defended, not much you could do.
Yeah.
And I think at that point, you know, when you defend somebody so well, it really comes down to length and athleticism. Because sometimes that can trump great defense, right?
Definitely.
So if Siakam was shorter than the guys guarding him, which most of the time he wasn't, he was taller than all those guys, right? Livingston, Draymond, or whoever was on him.
Yeah.
You know, if they guard it well, he just needs one more inch to get that ball up, and you know anything can happen when the ball's in the air.
Yeah, when he hit that that modified hook shot, I was like, all right, yep, he's saving his family.
Yeah,
because a bank shot went in. I was like, for real, I think he had his eyes closed.
Yeah, Siakam just played just absolutely out of control. And even guys like Van Vliet stayed hot, Danny Green stayed hot.
Oh,
not
tell you
like
about
hot.
Danny Green.
What?
Can't stand Danny Green, bro.
Can't stand Danny Green.
I like his haircut though. I like the hairstyle, but I can't stand him. Whenever he plays us, he gets off. Like he has it out for us.
Yeah, he has it out for you guys. I mean, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. El DeBarge annoyed me.
Now as I lost my notes here, now I got them again. Yeah, the Raptors just rode that crowd. They kept them hype, which, you know, if they got out to a cold start, the crowd might have, you know, gotten nervous and settled down a little bit. But the Raptors did their job. They got out to a good start. They hit some big buckets and just kind of kept the wave going. And it helped them tremendously, especially guys like Marc Gasol, who, by the way, man, former Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
He played that pick and roll coverage really
how
well.
Everyone was saying you should play it.
Right.
He was all up on him.
All up on him.
Like white on rice.
Good hands. You know, the funny thing is, though, as there's construction going on upstairs, if you guys can hear that, nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, we can do about it.
But, you know, Gasol reaching in on those Curry traps.
Yeah.
Could have been foul. You know, luck plays into it. He got the ball he got his hands on the ball.
Yeah.
And it just worked out for him. You know, maybe on the road, the ref calls that a foul, you know, bad call, whatever. But man, you got to give it props to Marc Gasol showing up, the vet looking like
former defensive
player of the year. And if he could play like that, that's going to be really tough for the Warriors because they don't have the size to compete with him. If they put Bogut on him, they're just going to stretch Bogut out.
Yeah.
And because Gasol was hitting that three, man. And they let him shoot that three.
And I think, the game plan was definitely off, for sure. Everything was off, except for the Raptors. They were on fire.
What did you think about Steph Curry? Because Steph Curry, they kind of were hiding him a little bit on defense. So in the beginning, they just kind of played straight up, him on Kyle Lowry or Van Vliet even, and Curry was on him. And then in the third quarter, they switched Curry onto Danny Green. And I think they did that because they didn't want Steph to be in those pick and roll situations to get the switches. Because all game long, up until that third quarter, Steph was getting switched on Siakam, Gasol, and they were just bullying him. I mean, there's not much you can do when Steph's guarding those guys and they're just backing him down.
Yeah. Their bigs played big when they had the mismatch.
Exactly. So
like when Steph was guarding them, they did it in slow motion. They showed Marc Gasol like banging down low on him, and I was like, damn,
playing physical on him,
which is what you're supposed to do,
right? And so I thought it was smart that Steve Kerr put him on Danny Green because Danny Green is not going to ask for a pick and roll to get the switch, right?
Yeah, and he doesn't post up.
Yeah, he just doesn't post up. I would like to see the adjustment for the Raptors would be to do off-ball screens with Danny Green to get a switch hopefully,
And
and
tire
then
out
run the
Steph.
pick and roll.
Yeah, and the tire stuff.
And the tire out Steph. So
'Cause
that
it-
would be the counter adjustment to the adjustment.
Yeah.
But I thought Steve Kerr, he tried some things. You know, people want to say that this was maybe a feel out game for the Warriors.
Yeah.
They did do some things in the game to try to win the game. I mean, they obviously were trying to win, but they were making some adjustments. They put Iggy in the starting lineup. The Jordan Bell thing, I didn't really understand that.
I think they're just trying to just throw some things off. I didn't understand that neither.
Because the reason why the Jordan Bell thing confused me was Kevon Looney was playing great, right? And I felt like that's a decent matchup against Marcus Hall. Like Marcus Hall's gonna stretch the floor. Kevon Looney can run out there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there was this play in the third quarter where the Warriors just had the Raptors confused. Like the Warriors were moving the ball around. I mean, it just was beautiful basketball.
Poetry in motion.
The Raptors were just absolutely confused. And this is one of the best teams, if not the best defensive teams in the league. They're ranked number one defensively in the playoffs this season or this postseason.
Yeah.
They were confused, like turning their heads. And the play ended with Jordan Bell getting the ball on the baseline, kind of close to the hoop, and he tried to do a reverse layup, and Gasol just blocked him.
Yeah.
It's because Jordan Bell, he is athletic, but he's like, what, 6'7", 6'6"?
He's pretty small.
You know,
He's got hops.
they just don't, the Warriors don't match up extremely well without KD against this Raptors team.
Yeah, and it showed for sure.
And that, you know, a play like that shows where there's nothing the Warriors could have done better. They got a good shot. It's just the length, size, and athleticism of the Raptors. It allows them to be a step late, you know?
Yeah. And also, too, both teams were doing great on the defensive rotations. Like when they'll double up on somebody, they were good. Like the communication was good on both sides. Like someone would run out to somebody, and if they pass it, someone else would come. It was pretty good. I think the difference was obviously the Raptors, Kawhi's supporting cast kind of showed up.
Yeah, I mean, and Kawhi didn't even have a great game.
He didn't.
But he did kind of try to impose his will in the third quarter a little bit, kind of go for more shots. He hit that big like pull up three.
I think he was listening to you, bro. He kind of was just he was kind of just easing it in the first three quarters. And the fourth quarter came, it's like, here you go, Kawhi.
And he didn't need to fully impose his will in that third or fourth quarter because I mean his teammates were playing well.
It. Yeah, but then even then though, I think I could tell like halfway through the third and the fourth, he was kind of like, all right. He turned it up.
Yeah,
sure.
just a little bit, just enough, and just keep that run going. And this is one of those games for the Warriors where it looks like they're coming back. It's going to be close games, and Toronto just had an answer for everything. And sometimes it was lucky, right? A lot of those shots that Van Vliet shot, oh my God.
Yeah, but I mean, since he's been on fire because of his son, it's he deserves one of those shots. But I think
if you're in a slump. If you're an NBA player and you're in a slump, have a baby.
Have a baby by me, baby. Be a millionaire. Nah, for sure. I think that, yeah. He's like, I'm going to dedicate all my games to you, son.
Perfect.
This is for you, Simba.
It worked.
It did. He's on fire for sure. And he's not afraid. You can tell he has a lot of confidence. And I don't really think this is considered like a prophecy boy thing. But when me and Brian was talking this morning, he said he felt like after we made our run and what kind of ended it before the first half was when they put Patrick McCaw in, and when he made that damn 3-pointer.
Yeah,
and I was like he would, and that kind of just.
And the play after that, Draymond tried to answer with the three of his own, and it was hella retaliation. You could tell. He was like, "Oh,
yeah. It was. It definitely was.
It's not that hard to make threes. Watch this," and he missed it.
Anybody could do this.
Yeah.
So it was. I felt like that was like a big momentum shift.
That was a little psychological warfare there.
Sergio's gonna put him in.
Yeah, Nick
that was
Nurse
his
was
first
like,
three. That was his first points.
I'm gonna put in the guy who really screwed the Warriors. I mean, they wanted him.
Yeah,
the Warriors wanted him. I mean, they really coveted him. They traded up or they traded cash for him in the draft.
Yeah, they paid cash.
They paid cash for him.
Yeah,
and he just ghosted them. Basically, they were in a short-term relationship and it was going good, and then he just started ghosting them. Like
he did. See what happens if you're in a relationship and you don't appreciate people, they just leave.
Well, it's even funnier because he went to the Cavs, right?
Yeah.
And then he just got bought out. And the Warriors wanted some tampering against the Cavs for
Yeah.
that because they were like, you just signed him to the ridiculous contract to get him off of our roster so he could sign wherever he wants to.
Yeah, because then they end up releasing him.
Definitely some fishy stuff going on there. But
and then I also read too that he kind of asked Cleveland to give him to kind of like pay him a higher salary just so that the Warriors wouldn't be able to get him back.
Not be able to match. Because I think he was restricted.
Well, he looks like a Raptor.
Well, here's good news. I went to the watch party, and I went with Leica, and she had no idea who Patrick McCaw was.
Just like Devin Booker.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Warrior fans, I mean.
She was like, get that fan off the court.
We're in deep cut territory right here. We're talking about like Patrick McCaw. Like we know who it is. You guys probably know who it is, but like normal people are like, they have no idea he basically screwed the Warriors, and now he's in the finals.
He was supposed to be Iggy's replacement.
Supposed to be Iggy's replacement, and by the way, never missed the finals. GOAT alert.
He's a
GOAT alert.
GOAT alert.
I need to find a drop for GOAT alert. But there's something I want to talk about here as I pull up my notes.
How dare he?
Let's see. Oh, did the sweep hurt the Warriors? The sweep of the Blazers, did it hurt the Warriors? Van Gundy brought it up in the telecast, and he said when he was coaching, his team swept, and then when they went to the finals, first game was terrible.
Trash.
Yeah. Did it? Do you think it hurt the Warriors? Because I actually think so. I think in the last podcast I said, hey man, like people are gonna think the Raptors are tired, but they're just gonna be in rhythm and they're gonna ride that crowd. In game one, I think this game would be a lot different if it was in Oracle.
Most definitely,
because that would have offsetted
their momentum, the
Raptors' momentum, and it would have gave the Warriors the momentum that they were lacking, obviously.
Yeah, but then again, our crowd's been trash lately too, so it probably would have been a bunch of people who don't even know, probably half the roster.
Probably.
So they probably would have been there for business and there's a basketball game going on in the background. Anyways, Todd.
And that doesn't mean that the Warrior fans are trash.
No, not the Warrior fans aren't trash, but I'm just saying like the crowd, the people who go there now aren't probably the people who's been there.
Because, this is their 5th straight finals.
Yeah.
Which I actually have a stat for you. It's 5th straight finals. The tickets are going to get more expensive. This is just a natural thing. You can't keep the ticket prices low when the product keeps getting better. It's just a natural thing. I don't blame the Warriors for doing it. Yeah. You're gonna have a different crowd in there. It's gonna be an expensive ticket. It's fine. It doesn't mean the Warriors fan bases are trash. I hate the current culture of other people trying to, call other people bandwagoners
most definitely,
or trying to say these fans are trash. Where were these fans? It's like
it's been that way.
It's like you don't know that these fans existed because you weren't watching this team.
Exactly.
Like
when we were trash, we were still selling out.
Like Oakland is a good sports city. First of all,
definitely.
It's just that they always have trash stadiums for some reason. I don't know what else to say. No, Oracle is like rough. It's super small.
It's home, bro.
It's good when you're watching the game. When you're sitting down and watching the game, it's great. It's great. However, when you're walking around the parking outside the building, it's awful. But I love Oracle, and I'm actually sad. I think that was going to be my last time in Oracle, unless Game 6 watch party. I don't think I'll be able to get final tickets because it's so expensive.
They're still going to hold like concerts and stuff. We could go watch like Little Nas X or something when he comes to town. But
that would be like watching. That would be like when you go to church and a different pastor from a different church comes in and gives a speech.
Are you trying to take me to church or something?
No, I'm just saying it's like. It doesn't feel the same. You want the pastor from that church in your church doing
that. Is most definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, who's this guy?
Because the Warriors, that's like, Oracle is, like, it does a lot of things, but it's really the Warriors thing.
Oh, most definitely it is. I mean, they do hold like the Sesame Street ice skating stuff sometimes.
Have you been on Sesame on Ice?
I haven't, but I have been to Disney on Ice, and that is what my daughters love. And that stuff is actually way better than I ever thought it would have been.
Really?
Yes.
So funny.
It's worth it. Take Leica.
Disney on Ice. She went before. I didn't go. She went with her friend, yeah.
Dang,
they were just two, 20-some-year-olds going to see Disney on Ice. No kids around.
Yeah, she didn't want you to ruin her vibe.
You can't go to a playground. I heard that you can't go to a playground unless you have a kid.
Really?
I heard that. Like Leica always says that. I don't know if it's a law but you can't, I tell her, she goes, I want to swing on a swing. I go ahead, go do it. And she's like, I can't. I'm like, why? She's like, you can't be on the playground without a
Yes,
kid.
you can. I just think it looks weird.
Definitely looks weird.
It just looks weird.
But speaking of 5 straight finals, that's just hard to do in
It
any
is.
sport. On the telecast, they said the Browns, Yankees, Canadians, Islanders, and Celtics across all the major sports in North America are the only teams who have ever done it.
Yeah.
I'll do it again. Browns, football, Yankees, baseball. Only one team in baseball and football. And then Canadians and Islanders in hockey. And then the Celtics. And now the Warriors, obviously.
Yeah. It's
What
tough.
what an incredible run.
Most definitely. Never would have, never, ever would have thought that for sure.
5 straight, man.
That's my favorite number too. So this might be.
You were number 5 in rec league.
Oh yeah. Oh, you meant the number.
Yeah, the number
I thought you were
5.
stunting on me.
Man,
And I averaged like 5 fouls, 5 points.
so if the Warriors were to play the 72-10 Bulls, who wins?
Are you talking about with Katie or without Katie?
With KD, this team, this full roster, both rosters are healthy, full rosters. Yeah, who wins?
Is Steve Kerr playing and coaching against himself?
Yeah, but there has to be some psychological firewall, like mind firewall, where they can't.
I think like
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Steve Kerr like punch himself in the jewels while he's shooting a 3.
How about this? Oh no, you gotta have the coaches because Phil Jackson was a big part of that.
Definitely
and
was.
Steve Kerr's a big part of this. Yeah, there's gotta be a firewall protection on the 2 different Steve Kerrs. So that because if there wasn't, they could just like Nebula and Endgame.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It's 2 people, but it's the same mind.
Yeah.
And Steve Kerr would be pulling up for 3, and
He's
then
like,
the
I know
coach,
it's about that. Yeah.
the coach would be like, "Ugh," and he misses the shot.
That's what I told you. Punch himself in the sack, bro.
Yeah, so there's someone downloaded a firewall in their brains. You can't do that. Who
Okay,
wins?
thank
Who
you.
wins?
I say the Warriors only because I'm a Warrior fan. But I like the Bulls a lot for sure. Definitely was rooting for the Bulls back then.
I have to say, man, I think that Bulls team was so good. That
Yeah.
Bulls team never played any other team's game.
Yeah.
And if they just played their game, I don't think the Warriors could beat them at their game.
I think and also too, the Bulls had like an intimidation factor.
Yeah.
Like nobody in the league thought they could beat them. Like, oh
Except-
dang, Jordan has the flu. We're still gonna lose.
Except one of those 10 losses was to the expansion team, Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, the Raptors, exactly.
Damon Stoudemire.
And then he said it was Steve Kerr fault too.
Yeah, because
'Cause
he missed the
it.
shot.
Yeah,
That's
Jordan
funny.
definitely socked him in the face. For sure.
Man, every time I hear that story, I'm just like, Steve Kerr. Man,
Kerr.
got punched in the face by Jordan.
He's been feisty.
What
yo.
did he say? What did he do?
He said, "Oh yeah, at least I got hair." And then Jordan's like, "What?"
Jordan was like,
"Wow."
Damn. And he was probably like, Steve Kerr was like, I don't even like Hanes underwear.
I don't even wear draws.
Jordan was like, what?
What'd you say to me?
I go commando. What?
He said Space Jam sucks.
Oh, yeah, that was probably it. Space Jam.
That's probably
sucked.
what it was, yeah,
He's
yeah.
probably like, why are you playing like you played in Space Jam?
I go
like,
back to baseball.
What did you say to me? Pow. Punch him in the face. And then
I called you nasty names.
Sorry, Steve Kerr's apologizing to Michael Jordan.
I called you nasty names.
Sorry, man.
I love Space Jam. What are you talking about?
So the intimidation, I think a lot of teams, especially this year, felt like there was a chink in the armor for the Warriors, and like no one was really scared to play us this year. Like everybody's like, we have a chance.
I kind of felt that brewing even like 3 years ago, even because it was like,
No, I think I think it's probably just this year, to be honest.
well, I remember saying like when they were going on their run in the 73-9 season,
That was amazing.
someone just dropped the body upstairs, by the way.
It's all good. We no snitches. We're not calling the police.
We didn't like that person anyways.
Yeah.
When they were going on their 73-9 run, it was just like people were trying to downgrade the run, especially in the beginning of the year where they won 24 straight. They were like, it's not in the regular season. I'm like, listen, like those teams they're playing against, they're playing their hardest against them.
Yeah, you always play your hardest against the
And
champs.
imagine just going against the other team's A+ effort every single night. It's tiring. So to win 24 straight and to win 73 in a season, I mean, it's incredible. So I felt like that starting around that time where I was like, oh, these teams, they might have like that irrational confidence where they're like,
Well,
you're not
so
better
you-
than the Warriors, but they think that they could beat them.
Yeah, as long as we beat them, our season is made. Yeah,
But the
definitely.
Raptors, I think the Raptors think they could beat this team,
Oh, for sure.
like because they got Kawhi, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, if DeRozan was on this team, just no way sweep.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't have gotten this
You
far.
know what I
for
mean?
sure.
Having a superstar like Kawhi, it just helps. And he didn't even contribute that much in counting stats this first
know.
game.
I
But
know.
just having the superstar there, it makes those other guys play well.
Yeah, and also too, I think, like I said, we played like pure trash, or my cousin would say hot garbage, and we only lost by 8 points. So
What did you think of Cousins? How do you look?
he's all offense.
Some people are like, just don't play him.
He's all offense.
I was actually surprised that he played in game one. I'm surprised that they kind of just isoled him a couple times, and they were like, "Yeah, just give it to Boogie." And he didn't hit a lot of shots. I mean, he got fouled a lot. I think that's where he could be useful.
Yeah.
They posted him up in his favorite spot, which is kind of the wing post area. Ironically, it's KD's favorite spot as well. I think if they get him in the low post, like he seals some guys.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he has the stamina, the agility, or if he's healthy enough to kind of seal guys, because sealing guys is really hard.
Yeah.
I mean, Shaq did it. It was tough on him, but he was 7 feet.
Yeah.
and
900 pounds.
300 whatever pounds. If they can get Boogie, if they can get creative ways to get Boogie in the low post, they're gonna foul him. And I think that could be a weapon. Just get the other team in foul trouble. That could change the way they play defense, and it opens a lot more stuff up. That's how I think you use Boogie. Not this high post action like
No, but I mean, he had some good plays where he made great passes and stuff like that. So
to
that,
Jerebko in the corner.
yeah, but I think he has to, if he's gonna play, he has to play against Gasol for sure.
Got to play against Gasol.
Because a
for
big
sure.
on a big, he'll probably be able to get him in foul trouble. And then if he's hitting his shots, then they'll probably double up on him. And then
Ibaka looked good too. Like he looked like
surge.
I think Ibaka coming off the bench on
Gives
and
him
off
a
the bench
surge.
all this season. I liked how Mark Jackson was like, everybody likes a surge of offense.
Yeah, well, Mark Jackson.
But him coming off the bench kind of like saved his legs, and he's looking pretty good. He has some athletic plays.
and he's a high energy player. So basically, you have a starter coming off the bench. So then, but he's going up against like basically the second string,
Mhm.
offense and defense.
I think this game really came down to the supporting cast for the Raptors outplaying the supporting cast for the Warriors. Because
Definitely.
Steph got 30 points.
Yeah.
I believe Clay had 20. Clay looked pretty good. Pretty good. I mean,
Traveled
he's
a
got to
little
be
bit, but he
better.
good.
Oh my God, that was a travel. He's got to be like, he played good, but he's got to play great.
Better. Yeah, yeah.
If KD's going to be out, he's got to play great.
He does,
But he played
especially if they're going to be trapping stuff like that
Yeah.
for sure. And also, and Iggy was hurt too.
So he said he'll be fine.
Yeah, they say he's going to play in game 2, but man,
Yeah.
he's just
He looked okay.
much wearing them tires.
It looked bad, but then right after that happened, he was playing good defense on Kawhi. So I think he's okay.
Yeah.
But they obviously, I mean, man. Well, before I ask that question, the Warriors, they need Sean Livingston. They need. I think Alfonso McKinney played good. He had a couple of. He looked like that was his first finals, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But his athleticism and length is really, really good.
He has a thing called hang time.
Oh my God.
And when he jumps, he's kind of still levitate.
Yeah.
So that helps us a lot on the when it comes to getting offensive boards for sure.
But they need guys like Livingston to like get 8-10 points. Like they
Yeah.
just need it. And Livingston's looked bad for a while now. I mean,
I think he's hurt too. This is probably his last series for sure.
tough. Shout out to him.
How's he
though.
going to make his living, son? That's your line.
That's my line. Whenever he does his fadeaway, I say Livingston. That's how he makes his living, son.
But when he's like 10 feet away from the hoop, I'm shocked when he misses it.
I know.
I'm like, whoa.
He's missed more this year than
He has before.
yeah. It's not there. Sometimes
He needs to
just
have a
lose it.
baby.
Yeah, Sean.
Another one.
Have a baby,
Have
Sean.
another baby, bro.
Okay, so I want to ask this question now.
What's up?
Can the Warriors win this series, even if KD doesn't come back? How do you feel about that? Let's say KD doesn't come back. What do you think's gonna happen?
I think unless we win the next game, then we're probably going to get swept.
Okay. Wow. Now they said KD's out for game 2,
Yeah,
but
and
they
possibly
said
come back,
game
yeah.
3
Game
is
three,
a possibility.
and that'd be kudos to KD too. Like, yeah, man, come save us, bro.
KD, did you see at halftime? He was dabbing up his teammates.
I didn't see.
Yeah, so
I
don't
fast
know.
forward through that.
You know, here's the thing about KD, man. He's a great player, right?
Yeah,
He's great. But the social media thing, I've kind of soured on his personality.
Yeah.
You don't got to reply to these people. You know what I'm saying? And okay, whatever. But you know, all the things he's done, the burner account, the talking back, the insecurity, even the move to go to the Warriors.
What about it?
After all of that, you start to realize what he really is. And you just know deep down that he's probably like not totally bummed out that they lost this game. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Where he's kind of like, yes, they lost. See, they do need me.
Oh, yeah.
And that sucks, man. Because Curry would never do that. Right? Curry's the opposite.
He could be, but you don't know. He's human. Everybody's kind of like that.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying everyone's kind of like that. But I'm saying KD is like more like that than it's healthy to be. You know, I just felt deep down like, yeah, he was dabbing up his team at halftime. But I was just like, I know he doesn't want them to win this championship. I mean, Chris Broussard said it would be his worst nightmare. That's going a little too far, but it would kind of say a lot, you know?
My sources have told me that KD, when he eats Wheaties, he averages 30 points a game. But when he eats Captain Crunch, not looking good.
Watch
My
out.
sources.
So what's the top cereal?
My favorite cereal?
Yeah.
My favorite cereal is French Toast Crunch.
French toast, not cinnamon toast.
French Toast Crunch. I don't know why I can't say it.
I never had French toast. I had cinnamon toast.
Yeah, you
crunch.
ain't had nothing. I'm about to give you everything you ain't never had.
Top cereals is CTC, cinnamon toast crunch.
CTC. Oh, I was like, ooh, what's that, a drug?
CPC,
CPC.
Captain Crunch.
Captain.
THC.
DHC.
I'm just kidding. That's not a cereal.
The hot. But no, definitely.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah, Lucky Charms for
Lucky
sure.
Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Sleeper for me, personally. I know I'm alone on this one. I like Kicks.
Kicks is cool.
I get in there with the Kicks, man. Those are my tops.
Kicks because and that's why you talk about Kicks.
And I like
Makes
Kicks.
a lot of sense.
Exactly.
But it definitely, bro. I'm gonna give you some French toast.
French toast crunch.
And then you ever have a waffle crisp?
I've had waffle.
That's
Crisp.
like my second. And then I also like all berries.
Here's the thing. People in Hawaii.
All berry Captain Crunch.
Oh yeah, Captain Crunch berries.
All berries.
That's what I meant when I said Captain Crunch. But in Hawaii, people don't really eat cereal because
They eat oatmeal.
no lie, it's like $8 for just a regular box.
Dang. For some
And then,
Apple Jacks?
and then milk is about $12.50.
Dang.
12.
Well, you always eat cereal with water.
So we just eat Spam, Portuguese sausage, and rice, egg. That's what we eat with ketchup.
For breakfast?
Oh, by the way, yeah, for breakfast. McDonald's breakfast menu has Portuguese
That's
Spam
crazy.
and egg.
I love that.
But here's the thing.
That sounds too
I
good.
went to see Aladdin
Again?
in the theater. No, just
Oh.
the first time. The lady in front of me got a Pizza Hut pizza. Looked great.
Mm-hmm.
However, she went to the concession stands and she put ketchup on her pizza.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
I've never seen that.
Why not?
That's normal?
I've never done that, but I'll put like sriracha and hot sauce, ranch.
Okay,
so
but that's not ketchup.
it's tomato.
That can't be good. For her, it might be good, but listen, she's got to understand that's a quirk of hers.
Don't knock it, bro. Have you ever put a ketchup on a burrito?
Hmm.
Some people think that's weird. I do that.
Oh yeah, breakfast burrito. I've done that on a breakfast burrito.
I've done it on lunch burritos
A lunch
and dinner
burrito?
burritos. Oh, ain't got no
Burrito.
sriracha. Ketchup it is.
Putting the ketchup on the pizza is like Kevin Martin's jump shot. You know it's weird, but hey, it works for him.
Does the job.
But he's got to know that that's a weird jump shot.
Yeah.
He can't tell me that no, everyone else is shooting wrong.
She said, "Can't tell me nothing."
If I almost wanted to be like, is that good?
Nah, she probably was.
Yeah, you never had it before.
She's like, "What do you have? Spam for breakfast?"
I wanted her to say the ideal response would have been like, I know it's weird, but it's good. You should try it.
That's all about it. My wife made me a breakfast burrito this morning.
Did you put ketchup?
I put tapatio sauce.
Oh, Tapatio, Mexican ketchup.
Yeah.
because there's Filipino ketchup.
The banana ketchup?
The banana ketchup.
Hella sweet. And I love Spam, by the way. I don't want no one thinking I don't love Spam. I love Spam. I like mine's burnt.
Do you know where Aisha Curry's from?
From Hawaii.
She's from Toronto. Leica, who just walked in.
She's from Toronto too?
Aisha's from Toronto. I did not know
Leica
this.
from Toronto?
No, Leica's definitely not from Toronto. But Aisha's from Toronto.
Really?
I had no idea.
Is she Del Curry's like a legitimate child? That'd be weird. That'd be some
Game
Redding
of Thrones
stuff.
right there. What do you think about Drake's jersey choice?
He's doing what he's supposed to do.
First of all, Drake looked like he's packing on some LBs.
He is, right? I thought he celebrated. He celebrated
Some LBs.
too much Portuguese sausage.
That sweatband he had on was actually a headband. It just looked small.
It was struggling.
I remember in 7th grade, Ben Wallace was on the cover of 2K, and he was like this, and he had the armbands. You remember he had the armbands? And in 7th grade, we used to be like, Ben Wallace is so big. Those are actually headbands. Did you know that? Those are headbands.
That's that John Cena hype. John Cena uses headbands for his biceps.
But he doesn't he like put it on and then double it? We just thought Ben Wallace just put it on. His arm was so big that the headband just fit on his bicep.
That'd be crazy. Shout out to Ben Wallace. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah. He won like 3 or 4 Defensive Players of the Year in a row. That's Hall of Fame. Is Iguodala Hall of Fame?
To your standards, yes.
Listen, if you're Finals MVP,
automatic bid,
automatic Hall of Fame. I mean, why are we playing the game? Why are we playing the game?
Why are we playing the game? Score points?
No, we're playing the game to be the best player
ever
on the biggest stage. He was the Finals MVP. Whether he should have won it, look, I didn't have a vote.
Steph
The voters voted Iggy.
Steph should have won it.
And we agree that Finals MVP should go to a player on the winning team, right?
Most definitely.
That's just trash if they give it to the losing
team.
It's
like, hey, you lost, but
that is just no.
That goes back to like the whole Westbrook thing. Like, man, y'all see that? I had a 62-point triple double. Yeah, but you lost by 30.
Yeah,
but I had a triple double. You know,
if a guy scored 100 in a finals game but then lost the finals, would you give him Finals MVP?
No.
Yeah, no, not even that.
Because like I said, hey, I scored 100 points. Like, yeah, but you lost.
But they won that game, but they lost the finals.
Oh, gotcha. Well, no,
I
don't think you can.
You got to win the finals.
You got to win it to get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that'd be stupid.
It was funny watching the game in Oracle. You know, people were like, Quinn Cook, Finals MVP.
No, stop it.
Evan Turner tweeted that out. I got Quinn Cook, dark horse.
Stop it.
Finals
Not
MVP.
Even. He looked like J. Cole. You want to hear a cool story about Quinn Cook? My dad said he had to go to the bank to cash one of his checks or something. And he said he saw Quinn Cook in there. And he said he was in there. He said he was decked out in his Warrior gear, his slippers, and he was cashing a check at like a local bank out in Oakland.
Really?
Yeah. And he said like, my dad was like, really? Really? You ain't got no one that could cash your check for you? Really in here cashing your own check?
He probably wears all that gear because he
wants to get recognized.
God wants to be recognized.
Yeah.
Jeremy Lin still doesn't get recognized.
Who's Jeremy Lin? I was kidding.
Jeremy Lin just said that people ask him all the time for like his bus pass. Like,
wait, he catches the bus?
Yeah, like when he gets on the team bus after the game, the security's like, I'm gonna need some credentials. Oh my God, that's
here's
just
a ball.
Tragic. It's just because he's Asian. That's discrimination, man.
It could be
straight up discrimination. I'm just saying, if Jeremy Lin was black, they probably wouldn't get.
What would be his black name?
Jamal.
Jeremy Lamb.
Jeremy Lamb.
Jamal Lin.
Jamal Lin, because he's a ballin'. Man, I was just watching that clip again today. The Kawhi Leonard. First of all,
stop it.
Not a good question to ask Kawhi.
It wasn't.
Did that reporter know who Kawhi was? Like, hey, tell us about yourself. Like, what is this, a date? He's like, I'm a fun guy.
No, the funny part was like, I can't even see you right now.
Yeah, and then he's like, I don't even know where you're sitting at. So classic. It would have been funnier if he was like, my name's Kawhi Leonard. I like karate. I like basketball. And he just starts listing things he likes. He's like, cornbread.
I like robot movies.
Have you ever had Jamba Juice? I like that.
Hot Wheels. I've been to Legoland.
I'm from San Diego, so yes, I like Legos.
Do you think Kawhi could dance?
I think he's the best dancer ever.
He hit the robot?
He's that kind of guy. Kawhi, I think Kawhi, here's the thing, just not to be a downer, but his story is, it's pretty tragic. I mean, he grew up, in not a great neighborhood, and his dad got murdered.
Dang.
And he got murdered at a young age, and I think that affected Kawhi. I think that's why you see Kawhi as a guy you see him today. He's just shy. He's insecure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the details of the story, but it seems like that had a real big effect on him.
I would imagine.
And I'm just so happy for him because there was another question a reporter asked him, like, a lot of people in this league, players and coaches, would put you up there with the best of the best, but you're not as famous as guys like Steph and LeBron. Does that bother you? And Kawhi just replied. He was like, you know what? I'm just kidding. He was like, no, you know what? I'm not playing the game for that reason. He literally said, I'm playing to have fun. And I'm playing to win. But he said fun first. And I was like,
did he smile when he said that?
No, he was just saying, well, Kawhi, but I feel for him. I think basketball is an outlet for him. I don't know Kawhi personally. I think he wants to keep it that way, but I think basketball, if I just had to guess, I think basketball is an outlet for him. He literally loves basketball. And I think that it was like this for me. When I was happy, sad, mad, whatever emotion, I would go play basketball and I feel better after, or even better after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I just really like Kawhi's demeanor. People demand more from him. They want him to be more of a star. And I think some of his family demands more of him. His sister on IG Live. Listen, no one cares about Kawhi's sister's IG Live.
Yeah, but she was shouting out the Philippines, though.
But she's
like,
I'm going to be on IG Live because I'm Kawhi's sister.
Yeah, why not?
Listen, and then his uncle, there's stories about his uncle, I think they demand a lot from him, but he just wants to be him and he just wants to play ball. He's one of the best players in the league right now, and he's on one of the best runs we've ever seen in the history of the game. And I'm really enjoying watching it, and I'm just so happy. I told you I love the Toronto story, and then the Kawhi thing on top of it. It just makes for great entertainment. It's not even sports anymore. It's just entertainment. It's just life, and I really like it.
Yeah, and to go back to that too, like, yeah, Toronto's doing good and stuff like that, but you gotta feel a little bit bad for DeRozan.
No, I feel bad for DeRozan 100%.
I would feel really bad for him. Like, bro, we have the same exact team, but we have a better version
it's just
of you.
One guy different. Well, I mean, Siakam's a new player too. I mean, come on.
He was there though. But I'm just saying, yeah. I'm just saying, like, dang, like, you guys are doing all this without me. It's kind of like if you have a group of friends and you guys are all, close, and then all of a sudden you guys have a falling out, and then all of a sudden now you're seeing everybody doing better.
I agree.
Now that you're out of the picture.
I don't think they would have made the finals with DeRozan.
I know, but how you think DeRozan is failed?
So it would suck if they would make the finals with him and they just got rid of him.
If Kawhi cut his braids, he'll look like DeRozan.
No, he looked like Mos Def.
Yes, he would.
Mos Def, by the way, would destroy pretty much anyone in a freestyle, except CPAC. Shout out to CPAC.
Yeah, whoever that guy is.
Not Tupac. I said CPAC.
CPAC.
There's no more. Is retired though.
CPAC, yeah, his jersey's been retired.
His jersey's been retired.
Yeah.
Speaking of jerseys being retired,
you retire mine?
If Kawhi wins the finals, but then leaves in free agency, do the Raptors retire his
jersey? Yes, they do.
100%.
They all know.
Retire that jersey.
They all know.
Hell yeah, retire that jersey.
He probably wouldn't even show up to his ceremony. I don't think you would.
You don't think so?
I don't think you would.
I think they should retire his jersey, and you know how they watch it get raised? When it gets to the very top in the arena, boom. No, you got to retire his jersey. How about if he doesn't win, but then he also leaves? He did, and then like 20 years from now, do they retire his jersey?
No, he has to win it.
I think they might.
I had one of my coworkers who, first of all, is a new dude. He bet me $5 that the
calm down, please.
$5.
Hey, I want to do 20. He's like, nah, let's do 5. I was like, hey man, you know what? I don't want to take your money. He was like, oh, I bet you $5 the Rockets gonna beat the Warriors. All right, $5. when he lost, he was like, "Hey, you want me to Venmo you?" I was like, "Nah, I want to see the $5 bill." So I made him go to the bank and give me $5.
Oh, that's tragic.
So then he bet me 10 that the Raptors were going to beat
Whoa.
them. We doubling it up, baby. Doubling it up.
Yeah.
He bet me 10 that the Raptors were going to win game 1. And part of me was like, but then I was like, you know what? Yeah, $10. We're going to win without KD.
Next time he comes at you with the bet, say before you say the amount,
$100 billion.
he's going to be like,
he's going to
bet.
be really excited to see me tomorrow. But then I'm losing. I lost $10. I mean, that hurt me more than the Warriors L. Like I was like, man, I lost $10 to this.
Warriors lost and I lost $10.
But he also asked me too. He said, hey, if Kawhi beats the Warriors, I think that makes him the GOAT. I was like, nah.
No, it doesn't make him the GOAT because to be a GOAT, you have to have multiple seasons of GOATness.
Well, then exactly, but then he did do. He's a 3-peat stopper.
Yeah, he is a 3-peat stopper. He'd beat LeBron. It would be great, but he's got to continue to do it. And the thing about Kawhi, he's got that Spurs DNA in him because obviously he was in the Spurs for a while, but he has a Spurs DNA of. I mean, he had a quote during the season that regular season practice for me. It's practice for the playoffs.
Bars.
So, to
Regular
be a GOAT, you have to, one of the reasons why Jordan was a GOAT was because he dominated in the playoffs, dominated in the finals, dominated the regular season.
Yeah.
People forget he was on that 72-10 team. That was the long-standing record for a long, long time.
And also, too, it didn't even seem like they were trying to get the record.
No. Effortless.
It was
effortless.
Just practice.
Did you hear the Paul Pierce sucks chants in Toronto?
Yeah.
Listen.
But he picked the Raptors to win it, so that's good.
Paul Pierce, man. Oh, that's good. The Paul Pierce curse?
Yeah.
It's the Paul Pierce reverse curse.
Reverse curse.
Do you think Paul Pierce went number 2 in his pants?
When?
In the finals? You don't know about this, Eric?
No, when he was in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
There's some pretty damning evidence.
Yeah, he pooped on himself. He definitely sharded for sure.
One of the lowest moments in my life as a Lakers fan because I was pretty young in 2008. I was I think a junior in high school.
Oh.
No, yeah, a junior. No. I was a
middle
sophomore.
school.
I was a sophomore. So when Paul Pierce went down, the 15-year-old me was like, yes, their best player is injured. Yes, I mean, just being a fan. Comes back, hits big threes in our face.
After he hit a big 3, I think it took a big 2.
Props to him, though. I mean, shoot. Those are pretty clutch. Okay, so let's preview game 2 a little bit.
What?
In your opinion,
and I'm about to lose Texas Roadhouse.
Give me the blueprint of how the Warriors, for the Warriors to win this game, what do they got to do? Give me the blueprint.
Score more points than the other team.
Oh, come on. Give me the blueprint. I almost think a Steph game is not even going to get it done. A 38 to 45 point Steph game, that's not going to get it done.
Yeah, because he was the only one one who was playing normal.
It's got to be a Clay game.
Yeah, definitely.
It's got to be a Clay game with Steph still scoring 27 plus, but then Clay popping off.
We need Iggy to hit threes. Iggy and Draymond.
Oh, yeah, he had some bad misses.
He did. He's too buff.
Had a triple-double, but a lot of it felt empty to me.
But you lost.
I know you lost. If that's probably why it felt empty. But yeah, so I think it's not going to come down to Steph on the road. Steph game in Oracle, they're winning, right?
Yeah,
the crowd. But I think Steph has to play well, but Clay's got to play great.
We need 30. Yeah, we need 30 from Clay, and then we need Iggy to hit at least 3.
And you also
need
threes. I think you also need a splash of Kevon Looney, 15 and 10.
Oh, I mean, anything Kevon Looney is doing is big.
He had a couple clear drives to the baskets for some dunks.
That's great coaching.
I need more of that.
That's great coaching.
I need more of that.
But then I also think lay off the double teams, and then
they really went at Kawhi. They're you're not going.
Well, they're treating him like how we treat other teams with superstars. We basically just all of our attention goes onto the superstars, and we dare the supporting cast to beat them.
That might have been a mistake because, we talked about, Kawhi kind of chills out until maybe you don't aggressively go at him and you make the other guys beat you
They did it too
You know what I
early.
mean?
Yeah, they did it too early.
Yeah,
I think
too early.
if you run that in the fourth quarter, that'll
work.
That'll be best. But then if you can't give like Marc Gasol, like for real, he was standing there forever,
open.
Did nobody even stun at him or anything like that? You can't give the Toronto Raptors supporting cast practice shots.
No, definitely not.
I say everyone just man up.
I do know this though. Game 2 is going to be a very good game.
I don't want to watch
because we could go back to Oracle tied 1-1. We could go back to Oracle down 2-0. That would be a test, right?
Yes, I'm just thinking about the $10 I just lost.
And the Texas Roadhouse.
And the Texas Roadhouse. Wait a minute, so if the Raptors win.
If the Raptors win at Texas Roadhouse, baby.
Are you sure?
Listen, we didn't bet. We bet that the series would go 6.
Yeah,
I had at least 6. You had us under 6.
Yeah, I didn't say the Warriors. So if the Raptors sweep the Warriors, I went Texas Roadhouse,
you're right,
baby.
you're right,
Let's
you're right.
go Raptors.
You're right. So yeah, you're right. 5 games.
And I'm ordering hella stuff. I'm just kidding.
Order what you want, man. Bet's a bet.
It is. And Texas Roadhouse, you're not allergic to peanuts?
No, but
there's peanuts everywhere.
Raven says he's allergic to peanuts.
He looks like he's allergic to peanuts.
Pretty sure he's not, though.
He looks like he is. Probably just scared of peanuts.
Because I've been to Five Guys with him.
Oh, yeah.
And he's eaten the fries at Five Guys, and they cook it with peanut oil.
Yeah.
If you're allergic to peanuts isn't like a cucumber allergy. A cucumber allergy, you could be around it, but you can't directly eat it. Peanuts, you can't be around them.
You definitely can't.
You need it, and he doesn't even have an EpiPen. People with peanut allergies have EpiPens.
Definitely.
So if I had to bet my dog's life on whether Raven is allergic to peanuts, I'm saying hell no. He's not allergic to peanuts.
Would you be against me?
Raven's our friend, by the way. My cousin.
His cousin. So would you be against me throwing a handful of peanuts at him next time I see him? Just to see what happens?
Ethically, yes, I would.
I think it'd be funny.
I've thought about like slipping some peanuts in his diet.
Not like, no, I'm not saying for him to eat
see.
the peanuts, bro. I was going to throw the peanuts at him in the shell.
Well, one time he was eating something and I told him there were peanuts and he was like, yeah, my throat is getting swollen. There wasn't any peanuts in there. And I let him think that for like a couple of hours.
Yeah. That is vodka. It's actually water.
He's like, do you have any Benadryl or anything? I'm like, bro,
Benadryl?
There's no peanuts in there.
He's too buff for Benadryl. You can't be drinking.
He's too buff.
Yeah, he's too buff.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, I know it's going to be a good game.
No, it's not.
I think this is a really entertaining series. I said that last podcast. I was like, man, I think this is an interesting series.
I don't want to watch it.
I know you don't want it, but
I don't want to watch it.
NBA fans deserve it, man. It's a good story.
Well,
I even think for the Warriors, it's a good story too. The whole KD thing. I mean, as a Warrior fan, you might not want that kind of story, but I think as a sports story, as an entertainment story, both teams have very intriguing storylines for them. Obviously, Toronto, we talked about that, the Kawhi thing on a historic run. But for the Warriors, it's like, can they win without KD? Do they need KD? Will Steph finally win his finals MVP? They're on their 5th straight championship. That hasn't been done since the Celtics, exploited rules in the Dynasty in the early 50s and 60s. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of bite on this bone. And whether you like it or not, I think we're in for a long series, man.
No, we're not. Somebody's going to end it before 6. My sources tell me I'm going to get Texas Roadhouse, and you're going to pay for it.
I'd be glad to.
Oh, and
as long as the games are good.
And I'm not going to bring the Bud's Burger here. You have to come there to eat it. Okay. This one's going to be really good.
Okay.
So pencil me in your busy schedule, please, kind sir, because I really want Bud's Burger.
Yeah, I will.
And I'm just taking L's.
Let's do it. So last thing to end the podcast.
Prophecy is true.
Game 2 predictions. What's your gut tell you?
I don't like this gut.
What's your gut tell you, man?
My gut tells me we're going to shut down Siakam.
Okay.
However, it's going to open it up for Kawhi to probably go for 50.
So
my sources tell me Kawhi is going for 50.
I need a drop where it's like Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown. My sources. And if I'm lying, fire me.
So you think the Raptors going to win?
I think
What's your gut tell you?
my gut tell me the Raptors are going to win because
Yeah.
we were very lackluster, and I know how they're going to be like, okay, now it was a fill out game, but we're definitely going to win game 2. But when we usually do that, put that pressure on ourselves, then that's when our shots don't fall. And I'm nervous. I got the BGs.
Yeah, my gut tells me the Raptors are going to win too. I just think, like I talked about earlier, they have more matchup problems for this Warriors team without KD.
Yeah, they
just have more matchup problems. They're just gonna have bigger, taller, and faster guys.
Yeah, they're like real Raptors.
They're like Raptors. They just maul you. So I think the Raptors are gonna win. I hope it's a close game. I think it'll be close because I think the Warriors are gonna look at the tape. They're gonna make the right adjustments. Steve Kerr probably makes more adjustments than any other coach, right? That's famously in the first finals that they won, they put David Lee in there and they kind of saw, hey, playing smaller is good for us. They insert Iggy in the starting lineup.
Iggy.
They tell Bogut, sit on the bench. I don't think Steve Kerr is going to stick to his guns. Steve Kerr is going to make the right adjustments, and I think that'll get them close, but ultimately, I think the Raptors are going to win because Kawhi saved a lot of energy in that last game.
Yeah.
And like you said, he probably is going to pop off.
Yeah, he probably is because, I felt like all the attention was on Kawhi and his braids.
And the matchup problems, if it's a close game, the matchup problems are going to be even worse for the Warriors if it's a close game because they could just slow it down, get the right matchup. And at if the game comes down to one shot, I think the Raptors have the advantage because Kawhi can get that matchup that he wants. And we've seen him hit clutch shots over and over and over again. Whereas the Warriors are going to have to work a lot harder for their shots.
I'm seeing if we need KD in there to go small ball because then that'll take away Marc Gasol because if they try to trap Curry, it's going to be a wrap for sure. If we have the Hampton 5.
The Warriors need KD. Who would have thought?
I never said we didn't need KD.
So that's our Prophecy Boys prediction. We both think the Raptors are going to win. Let us know who you guys think is going to win Game 2 in the comment section below and drop a comment, any finals related or NBA related question, and hopefully we'll answer it on the next show. But until then, guys, enjoy the finals and we'll catch you. I think we're not gonna do a Game 2 after Game 3 because I'm going to LA. So Game 2, Game 3 will happen. Then we'll do a podcast after Game 3, and we'll see you guys until then. All right, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode of the All NBA podcast. Enjoy the finals. Peace.